World Market is where I got both of these, not Ross. So I got it wrong, not Ross. Anyways, the old cooter coming back at you with another exciting video. If you saw the video series that I did about all of these olive oils, the error that I made was that I had told everybody that I got these from Ross, and in actuality, I got them from World Market. So if there's a World Market near you, these are two oils that I can definitely say are worth buying. This one's a preemie. Like this one's definitely like, I would call these two like Costco level pricing. $14 a liter, $15.50 per liter. This one here is the steal of, I would say maybe the century, but normally this would be $36, right? 18 times 2, because this is only 500 milliliters. See that right there? I know it's kind of hard to see with the glare and the reflection, all that. So basically, you're getting half the size at around the same price, but so figure double, you know what I'm talking about. But if you had to pay full price for this, it would be $36 per liter, right? Versus the world market price is $13. So figure $26 per liter is the world market price. And honestly, this one is definitely like a mid-level extra virgin olive oil, whereas like your high level extra virgin is going to be something like over 40, 50, $60 per liter. And yes, those extra virgin olive oils do exist. Those are the ones that are going to be like literally pressed and shipped like as soon as humanly possible. Those tend to be a neon green color, almost like a radiant glow in the dark green color. They've got way more pep and zip and pepperiness and like lemon zest undertones than any of these have. These all have that. This one had that. This one's kind of like getting older in its expiration date. But World Market is definitely, I would say, at least these two choices, if they still exist. Remember, this one is about 8 months to like a year ago I bought it. This one I bought over a year ago. And the way I know that is because it already expired, right? June 18th. We're now in August. So this one is about like 2 months, like a month and a half past due. But honestly, even at this age, you got to remember it's a best before label. I still use it. It literally, this one is a Spanish one. This one literally just literally crossed over into that like almost spoiled walnut kind of flavor. And that's how you know when it's starting to go rancid. The more walnut taste it tastes like, or more rancid nut flavor it has, obviously the more decomposed it is, the more spoiled it's going to get as time goes on. So basically what I'm going to do with this oil while it's still in its last phase, also too, if you notice the viscosity, it's a little thinner and it tends to thin out the older it gets. So keep that in mind. This one here, still a little bit like thicker than this one is, but this one here is like one full level or one full step above the Kirkland or the Costco ones. And these are still great in their own right. Check out the videos I did prior to this and you'll see me review these two as compared to all the rest of them. But honestly, World Market, if you're going to go to World Market, this one is this one, right? The Fiorentini. This one, I believe, is a product of Florence, I think is how I remember it. Actually, Italian extra virgin olive oil. There you go. And then there's the Fiorentini Firenze. So Florence, right? Florence. That's the Firenze part right there. There's your best before date. It would have been nice if this one had a harvest date similar to this one, like similar to the Costco Kirkland one, where you know when the olives were actually harvested. But honestly, this one just blows the pants off of these two. This one here was great. When it was fresh, when I had bought it new, definitely had the pepper quality, the bite, the zip, the zing, the lemon zest undertone, that burn in the back of your throat when you swallow it. You know, usually what I do is I get about a teaspoon and I sip the teaspoon to just inhale it, get it spread all around the mouth, you know, swirl it around, whatever. And you should get that bright zip zest, you know, punch kind of zip. This one is from Spain. So just so you can see all that, right? What's going on right there is saute, fry. What does that say? Grill or salad? You know, this is kind of like your choice, whatever you want to do with it. And then this one here, again, product of Spain, ingredients, extra virgin olive oil. You kind of get a sense of what's going on there. Distributed by PacWest, Los Angeles. So this price, by the way, was $12.99. So it's basically $13 a liter. That was about a year and a half ago, like a year and a half ago. So I'm sure the price has gone up on this one. But either way, this one to me is your finisher. This one to me is like salad dressing. You made some lentils, you want to sprinkle some olive oil over, or maybe you made some fresh pasta and you want to drizzle some olive oil to get that olive oil bite and zip. That's what this one is. I would not cook with this one because I believe you're just going to destroy all of those little nuances, those flavors, those tastes that come with a truly mid-level, is what I would call this, like a mid-level olive oil. You know, $36 for a liter at full price. You know, you want to be a little frugal with this. This one here, true to form, yes, I would definitely saute, fry, grill, use it in a salad, that kind of a vibe. You're still going to get a great taste. If you're curious about these two, I encourage you to watch the videos before this one. But of these two, this one would be my number one choice. This was like an 8 out of 10. This was a close second, 7.5, 7 out of 10, something like that. But again, same like punch, zip, bite, lemon zest undertone, that explosion in your mouth of pepperiness, of true extra virgin olive oil. You're still going to get that with these, but with this one compared to these, this one is like definitely a bigger, like one full step, one full level above these. And when you taste them, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. This one, for comparison, I think in the other videos, I'd put this one over here. So even in its early infant stages of being rancid, right, of being too older or older past the, expiration date or whatever, I would still put this one at like a 6 out of a 10, not as good as this one and not as good as this one, but still very, zippy, zesty, like for all around cooking. If you're the type that likes smooth olive oil, I've heard that in other videos, you're probably getting a level, maybe a third of a step level below these at least, or even this one too. You're kind of going down a notch because it's probably cut with something. It's probably cut with canola oil, soybean oil, vegetable oil. The true extra virgin olive oil on this level in the $14 a liter, $15.50, is that what I was saying? Yeah, $15.50 a liter. In this level, this range, right, you should be tasting the zip, the punch, the kick, the pepperiness. If you're not getting that out of your extra virgin olive oil, it's probably cut with something. And the way stay tuned for a video after this one. The way is when you put these in the refrigerator, what's going to happen is they should coagulate. They should get cloudy. They should get almost like a jelly-like consistency. The viscosity will definitely be thicker, right? It's gonna not like, flow as nice or whatever. You kind of get that sense of what's going on there. And then actually, I think it's this one says like, do not refrigerate, yada, yada, yada. Was it this one or this one? I can't remember. But one of these, I think one of these had said like, do not refrigerate. Oh, there you go. Keep in a cool, dry place away from light and heat, and do not refrigerate. Product can become cloudy at low temperatures. This occurs naturally and does not affect the quality of the oil. So basically, when you make a dish, right, or you just put the olive oil in the refrigerator overnight, so 10 hours, 12 hours, that kind of thing, what'll happen is the olive oil will become cloudy, like exactly like it's said on the label here. Cloudy, it'll become like gelatinous. Is that a good word? Almost like jelly. So just keep that in mind. But anyways, with that being said, for world market, coming out with some, decent olive oils that I believe are like true or real or authentic or, as close to being like lab tested as far as being true extra virgin olive oil, these all pass the test. And with that being said, I think this one in particular went through a series of lab tests. Don't quote me on that, but this was found to be, as the product suggests, product certification, definitely all that good stuff. So anyways, with that being said, World Market, if you're going to go there, either of these two would be a good choice. With that being said, on the old coot, comment in the comment section down there below, and I will catch you all on the next exciting video. There are some links to some pretty cool products that I use down there as well. Comment section, description section, so make sure to check those out. And I'll catch you all on the next exciting video.